So from the previous video, we have successfully derived the expression or the equation for the particle's position and the particle's velocity, which is instantaneous velocity. Now to answer the remaining part of the question, just we need to plug the value of t equals to 1, t equals to 2 and t equals to 3 seconds in this equation to find the sign of the velocity, whether it is negative or 0 or positive. Okay, now by doing this, at t equals to 1 second, v1 is equal to 1 plus 4, which is 2 meter per second, assuming that this position is given in meters, okay, where it is not mentioned in the question. And at t equals to 2 seconds, v2 is negative 2 plus 4, which is 0 meter per second. And at t equals to 3 seconds, v3 is equal to negative 3 plus 4 equal to negative 2 meter per second. So from the answers, we know that at t equals to 1 it is positive, and here is 0 and here is negative. And how it translates to our graph is, see here, at initial, here when the particle position is negative 3 meter, here the particle begins to move from negative 3 meters to positive side with the initial velocity of u. Okay, so as it moves and the particle keeps on moving till it reaches the highest point, which is positive 1 meter. Okay, at this point the particle comes at the rest. So at this highest point, we know that from the straight line of motion that the final velocity v should become 0, which correspond to here. Okay, at 2 seconds the particle's velocity has become 0, so it exactly corresponds to our graph. So from here, what we observe is v equals to 0 and u is not equal to 0, which means from here to reach that, the u value is maximum at the x equals to negative 3 and it keeps on decreasing. But when it reaches at t equals to 1, it keeps on decreasing, but the value has not reached to negative. So therefore the value is positive here, but it will be lesser than u value because it will keep on decreasing, and the velocity will keep decreasing like that until it reaches to the maximum point where the final velocity becomes 0, which means particle momentarily is at rest. Okay, so if you consider it from this motion only, now we can say that the initial velocity is 0. Now with this, when the particle moves, the velocity will now increase and the final velocity coming here will be maximum. Although the velocity increases, but the particle is heading towards the negative displacement side due to the particle's position, arbitrary position, which is negative side. The velocity is negative. So if you represent this in terms of velocity curve, it would appear something like this. So at initially at u was maximum, okay, and when it reached to 2 seconds, the velocity has dropped to 0, which means this part. Okay, so the velocity will keep on decreasing until it becomes 0, but from this part it will increase, but as it enters the negative value of the displacement or the particle's position where this value is negative. If we try to represent this other half of the graph, then at here, as I have said, u will now become 0 and v will become max. So which means here it will appear like this. Okay, so now this is v for the first part of the expression until this t, and from here this now u will become 0, and when it reaches to the end point, which is 3, negative 3, here again v will become maximum, which will equal to this u. Okay, this is how it works. So if we write in the coordinate, it will be like something like this: 0, -3. Here it will be 2, 1, and here it will be 3, -3. So this is VT graph. Now the last part of the question is, how many times does the particle go through the point x equals to 0? Now you can easily get it from here. So here at this point 1, 0, the particle goes through the point 0. And here at 0, 3, it goes or it cuts once again. So the answer is easily 2 times, okay? Or even if you plug the value of corresponding t in this equation, it will give 0. When t equals to 1 second, it passes through the 0. So it will be -1 squared plus 4, 1 minus 3. How much is it? It is 0. And when t equals to 3 seconds, 4, 3 minus 3 is 9 plus 12 minus 3 is 0. So you can see this. It matches exactly what the graph is representing. So it passes 2 times, okay? So the answer is 2 times. I hope you have enjoyed the video and you have also learned how to derive the equations from the graph given, like position or velocity. And I hope you also have refreshed some of your knowledge about how to derive the equation or quadratic equation from the parabola. See you next time. Thank you.